There's no one in the world that's good at everything, so it's important you recognize your shortcomings. When waking up in the morning, you probably think to yourself, oh man, I gotta do this today, and this has to happen, and how am I gonna do this? We all have those thoughts, and it's important to move forth and to accomplish the first one first, so that you can move to the second, and then the third, and so on. Welcome back to the channel. It's Jake. Please like, subscribe, and share with a friend so they can benefit by listening to some positive material instead of all this other stuff that's bombarded our attention and completely made us like a bunch of non-competent people that pay attention to everything else besides their own life and their own tasks that they need to complete. It's not easy to wake up and say, okay, I'm going to get all of this done. It's never been easy, but it starts with moving forth and getting that first thing done during the day. I mean, I was given the gift to look for the worst case scenario. That's the case. It's like I wake up, no matter what I have to do, I'm like, worst case scenario, worst case scenario. And it's actually a blessing in disguise, because when you look for the worst case scenario, you make sure that that does not happen, and then the opposite always ends up happening. And you're continuously moving upwards in life. When someone's like, this is going to happen and this is how this is going to happen, it usually doesn't turn out that way. Something gets in the way for the better, and then you become a different, some sort of whatever you want it to be. Say, for example, you wanted to go bowling and bowl a perfect game. You're going to be a horrible bowler. But if you wanted to go and you wanted to just bowl for fun, you're going to be hitting them strikes. That's just how things work out. So it's the same in business, politics. If you're going to become an artist, everything's the same. Like, go in expecting not to be the best, but knowing in your heart, deep down, you are the best at what you do. So your expectations are super low, but you're processing in the micro super fast. You're getting things done. You're learning and you're accomplishing things. You may not be essentially fast or slow in the long run, but over time you're going to keep trucking forward because you got short-term macro thinking. And this is how we have to live in this non-delusional state that some people are entitled to because of outside circumstances and forces, as so the car they drive, the house they live, the mind frame they were given. But it's really your shortcomings that are going to shape and frame and mold you into the person that you are going to become. So it's important to pay attention to the goals that you are setting for yourself, as those will determine where you will be in the future. And when you're setting goals in some sort of external forces outside of your controls, it's never going to happen how you think it is. Opportunities are going to be presented to those who are already opportunistic. Better opportunities to take advantage of, and to do this and to do that, and it's just going to become easier in time once you know what you want to do and where you're going to do it. I mean, it's always been that way. Think back to when you were in school, for example. You wanted to get good grades, but you just couldn't get good grades because you weren't doing the proper things to get good grades. And then all of a sudden, little by little, you started flipping the script. You went from getting an average of 75 on everything to getting an average of 79, and you're like, oh, if I could just make it up to that 80, I would be there. Then you get to that 80, you're like, I just need that 85, and you kept going and going and going, and by the end of things, you were conquering the grades, getting all A's, and that's what I experienced. Top of the class. I did it. I was there. I made it happen. I made it work out in my favor to become the best at what I do, which at the time was school. And once you get there, you realize, okay, now I got there. Now I can say I've gotten there, and I know I've gotten there, and I actually did it and applied myself to do what I went out and said I was going to do. So you can take that approach in any aspect of your life that you choose to. And things will work out for the better. Whether it's micro or macro speed, you're going to move forth. So take it with a grain of salt. Really apply it across a magnitude of what's going on in your life. Check out my other videos, like, subscribe. I appreciate you and your attention that's been given to this video. Watch my videos whether you're in the car, driving, just waking up or going to bed, this is the stuff that you need to watch throughout the day. Keep up, because I'm going to be uploading more often. See you at the top, Jake.